Welcome to CFC Fan TV. I'm joined by Charlie the Hurricane Skillen from the Mail Online, and the season is nearly upon us. I cannot wait. It hasn't been ideal for us, really, has it? So that is why Charlie from the Mail Online is here to talk us through the transfer dealings. Yes, Charlie, what is going
on? Not a lot, it would seem. You know, including according to Conte, who's very, very kind of on the outside at least, very unhappy with the movement with which some of these deals are being done and the paucity of numbers that he's been left with. But I can tell you, the major development over the past 24 hours or 48 hours is that Chelsea made a £25 million bid for Alex Oxlade Chamberlain.
Oh, we've actually put a bid in?
It's in. What do you think?
I don't think Chamberlain is... I don't think he's good enough, really. But I think we need a player like him. I'm aware that we have an English issue.
We do.
We have an English issue, so he ticks a box there. He's also a utility player. He can play about 3 positions quite well.
Well, this is one of the main things for me. He could play... I think his natural position would be right wing-back, where Victor Moses plays. I think conceivably he could also play...
That's not where he plays, though. That's not where he currently plays.
It is. Towards the end of the season, when Arsenal moved to a back 3, he was playing right wing-back.
Okay.
He could conceivably play in either the central midfield roles.
Yeah.
He could probably play left wing-back if he's going to play right wing-back. And he could also play where Hazard and Pedro play.
Yes.
So that would be a kind of main thing for me. I'm really open to this deal. I think we're desperate for cover.
I think he's got a lot of potential. I can definitely see the positives in the deal.
Yeah.
But in terms of the player that he is today, in terms of the player that we need today, it's not the dream, is it?
Yeah, but I mean, the dream's Neymar. The dream's
not necessarily the realistic dream for me was Gareth Bale. I felt like
but look, I mean, I'm sorry to say, from everything we've seen this summer, Chelsea are not at that top table when it comes to transfers. They're just not. I mean, in every evidence.
So a bid is in for Chamberlain. 25 million?
25 million.
Is that?
I think it's a pretty good price in this market. We've got to remember Chamberlain's coming to the last year of his contract, so Arsenal really have to...
Oh no, I agree, it's a good price. My hesitancy there, my hesitancy wasn't suggesting that it was too dear. My hesitancy was suggesting that it's not enough. It's not, we haven't put a big enough bid in.
Yeah, I mean, and let's face it, Arsenal are hardly the first club that's going to help us out.
No.
But he's coming to the end of his contract. This is his last season. He can move on a free this time next year. Right. So this changes everything. They've been trying to sign him up to a new deal. That's not really happening. So it could be a deal that works for
everybody. 25 million for a player in the last year of his contract.
Exactly. I mean, we've got to remember he's still a relatively young player as well. We're not buying. We're not buying a 30-year-old off Arsenal.
No.
To me, this is real positive news. The other English player who we've been linked with very strongly, of course, is
Ross Barkley.
I've seen that.
I thought that I've just read something that suggested us and Tottenham are about to put a bid in for.
Yeah, I mean, for Barkley, I think this is one that's going to go right to the end of the transfer window. A bit. I mean, the situation
because Barkley leaves Everton, doesn't he? Is that not almost a given?
It's a complete given. I mean, without the animosity, on the surface at least, it's a very similar situation to Costa. I mean, Costa's still a Chelsea player, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's 100% not going to play for Chelsea again. Koeman has come out and said that he's 100% not going to play for Everton again.
Yes.
Now, Everton clearly want 50 million quid for him. That's not going to happen. Because
they've boxed themselves into a corner. The club, if a player's not happy,
he's not in Everton's plans. I have more reservations about this deal than I do for Oxlade Chamberlain. I don't see where he fits into Conte's system. I think it'd be a decent opportunity to sign up a very talented player, but I mean, my opinion is, and I've voiced this before, I didn't see the point in Ross Barkley getting massively big for his boots last season. He wasn't the first name on the Everton team sheet. He didn't have that great a season. He had a very good spell. Lots of Everton fans I talked to are not that gutted that he's going. And I mean, for me, he doesn't get into the starting 11 of a single team above Everton, which is the top 6. No,
but you don't only sign. We're not only looking to strengthen the first 11.
No, of course not. And look, he'd be a good option. If he comes to Chelsea, obviously, then it's.
Can you see that one happening? Do you think we're going to beat Tottenham to?
I can see it happening. I think it's a lot less likely than Oxlade Chamberlain at this stage. I think if it does happen, it'll be like a deadline day thing. The one they've been talking about more this week is Danny Drinkwater for the centre midfield.
All English.
Well, that's what we need.
Hat-trick of English players.
We've only got Gary Cahill in the squad now. So, we obviously need cover in that midfield area. I love Cesc Fabregas, but I'm of the personal opinion that anyone decent he can't play as one of those two players.
He can play he can play as one of the three.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he had the best game against Arsenal. I don't think anyone had a great game against Arsenal. But that leaves you with just Kante and Bakayoko. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not. I'm not about to run down the street saying I'm delighted because Danny Drinkwater's going to sign for Chelsea.
Is Lewis Baker not part of it?
He is.
Is that not a fourth? Is that not?
He is
an option.
He is. Of course, it's an option, but we've barely seen him in pre-season. No. We haven't seen him play for the club at all. So you can't sit here and say that he's going to have 20 games next year because all evidence is to the contrary.
No, I was just thinking about the other just the midfield options. Like.
Yeah, well, Baker's literally the only one apart from the three senior players. So
yeah, it's not enough. It's nowhere near enough.
It's nowhere near enough.
Okay.
You know, when you're going to be playing the competition, you're going to be playing it. For the reasons, I mean, he's English and we need cover, and obviously you've got the fact that he's played by far the best football of his career next to N'Golo Kante, hasn't he?
Yes. I suppose he's got Champions League experience.
Yeah, look, I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice, put it that way. I think that's kind of clear to everyone. But the other thing is, Craig Shakespeare, Leicester's manager, has come out today and said that he's absolutely not happening. I mean, they've done very well to keep hold of Mahrez, who Roma have put bid after bid after bid for. So I think I can see why Chelsea want him. I can see why it makes sense, but I don't think it's particularly near at this stage.
Okay, are they the highlights? Anything else going on?
Cancelo, who Valencia fullback, is another contender for that right wing back role. Chelsea are looking at making an offer in for him. This is an area the team of Conte clearly wants to strengthen because Sergio Aurier from PSG, who's a very talented player, has been another name mentioned. The problem with him is that he's a bit of a nutter.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything I particularly liked about him. He's also problematic.
Yeah, and you would have thought, having got rid of Costa. I mean, he's far worse. Calm down, mate. Calm down. It all starts soon.
So,
but I mean, Cancelo is kind of.
I don't know much about him, in all honesty.
No, I mean,
if you're
he played
right
for
up
Portugal
there on the league, comment. Let us know.
Yeah, he played for Portugal at the under-21s Euros and was decent. But from what I don't watch him every week either. But from what I've heard, he's a little bit erratic. Yeah.
So Oxlade Chamberlain is the.
It is the highlight for me at the minute. Certainly, but.
Oxlade Chamberlain on the thumbnail.
Yeah, look out for it.
I'll do it.
I think it should be us, to be honest.
Yes.
But make no bones about it. We certainly need cover. Conte knows that, and they'll be working right to the end of the transfer window to sort that out.
Superb. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you haven't subscribed, please do it right now. And make sure you comment below. The second this video goes live, I will be monitoring the comments and seeing what you have to say.